Welcome to ERT News. This is episode 27, and we have a lot to cover today. So I'm just going to jump into today's topics. Today is April 15th, so happy tax day to everybody. We're also going to go and give you a little behind the scenes look with our ERT employee, Jake Latham. Also going to announce a new VFO specialist, talk through some more of our elite VFO collective speakers that have been announced. Very exciting. We're also going to touch on the Master the Elite model webinar that's taking place at the end of this month. Anton, a lot to talk about today.
As always, looking forward to it. So April 15th, I'm hoping everybody watching this knows why this is meaningful. Why are we pointing out April 15th? Well, if you're an accountant, of course you know what April 15th is. If you're an advisor looking to partner with accountants in the community, hopefully you've been paying attention to some of the things we've been saying, the tax survival kits, and just being really mindful of your potential accountant partners. If you haven't done anything up to this point, give them a couple days to breathe. April 15th is a big day. They likely, if they're running more of a traditional practice, they likely need a little space to kind of catch their breath, but it's still a really good time to just acknowledge the marathon that they just completed. So maybe dropping some lunch off, at the office later this week or early next week, and then just starting to pick back up the conversations now that the tax season for the most part is behind us. Where can we go? How can we collaborate? How can we bring more value to our mutual clients? So yeah, April 15th, definitely a big day. And then in terms of the behind the scenes with Jake Latham, Mr. Jake Latham, this is the first time we've had you on ERT News. So just to frame it out for the community, if you were in San Diego in January, you probably met Jake Latham in person. He had just joined us, like literally a couple days before the January Fusion Lab. He had been working with us part-time for about 18 months before that. So Jake came in really with one core focus, which is, as a company, how can we do a better job identifying the opportunities in the marketplace to really leverage AI and automation? And then once we identify those opportunities, how can we actually integrate them into what we have built? We started a elite resource team, by the way, 12 years ago yesterday, April
Oh,
14th, 12 years ago yesterday.
love it.
So 12 years ago yesterday, I myself am not nearly a tech savvy individual. And so I
That's safe
knew
to say, Anton. I think it's safe to say.
I might not be a super tech savvy and I might not be the most sports enthusiast, but I did do one thing good, which is I recognize that there's a lot of really intelligent people, and Jake absolutely is one of those that's joined the team recently, and he's just doing a phenomenal job of really helping us take advantage of all of the changes that are going on as a result of AI. So we thought it'd be great to invite him on here today, introduce him to the community if you, again, didn't have a chance to meet him in the past, and to also just pick his brain a little bit on what he and the team have been working on behind the scenes in the last few months, maybe some of the things you've seen, maybe some of the things you haven't. So Jake, why don't we start there? Like what's been the priorities since you joined us full time in January, and how do you feel they're going?
Yeah, well, first, thank you for having me on. So when I joined in January, the two kind of key things we wanted to work on as soon as I joined were getting out these monthly revenue statements. So this came out a couple of weeks after I joined, and basically I built something that scans our kind of hundreds of back-end sheets, and every month, every member who earned revenue for that month kind of gets it broken down in two sections for that month, and then below for the year to date. So each section has 8 subsections, and they will see what their VFO specialist revenue is broken down by each specialist and the deals that they've done with that specialist. If they have corporate members, the revenue that they have earned. If they are eligible for no rebate revenue, the revenue they've earned through that part of VFO services. And then if they have clients going through holistic or tax planning, they can see how their clients are getting on there. And then
And Jake,
finally,
let me interrupt you because it's been such a breath of fresh air. Like the goal of the work that you just did was really to address for probably 2 years the requests we were hearing from members, both advisors and accountants, to have more transparency around what's going on with the transactions, the VFO specialists, the revenue share, the amount of business. We were sharing high level. We did 1,300 VFO deals in 2025, but people are going, but I don't know because I don't get anything apart from in January a rebate. So Jake, like just you crushed it on that one. The fact that those go out within a couple days after the month, if not the same day, same next day, and the level of transparency, how it's laid out, I've just heard really good things. So thank you for all the work on that, first and foremost.
yeah, and you'll see the theme of transparency will continue, which will be late. I think we'll touch on for things coming later down the line. And I'll also quickly just go through the second thing I've been doing, which is more of an automation kind of thing. So this connects to our holistic fast track tracking as well as tax planning. So before, when Bridge or Evan, our proactive facilitators, had finished a meeting, the job wasn't done for them. There was still a lot of work for them to do. But now, when they finish the meeting, they just have one form to fill out. It takes about 30 seconds. And once that's done, all the next five, six, seven steps are done completely automated. And kind of what the client will see is if they choose they want to go forward, they'll automatically get an email saying, "Thank you for signing. Here's an agreement." My system will watch out for when it signs. And as soon as it signs, Anton will get pinged an email saying, "Can you countersign this?" And once that's done, they'll get another email saying, "Can you pay through our secure system Stripe?" And then the system will know as soon as the money's come into to the bank that it's ready for revenue share. So it kind of links that client to the member that they're connected to and do all the revenue share automatically. So yeah, it's a lot more efficient.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hear from Evan and Bridger, it's 15 to 30 seconds of a task after a meeting, and
Yeah,
then all of the steps are taking place. And the different variables of the steps are I think, the thing that makes it pretty powerful because you can have an automated flow, but you have to account for yes, definitely, yes, maybe, no. Are they paying quarterly? Are they paying once? Is it light? Is it core? Is it max? Have they signed or not? How many follow-ups are going to take place? Like just the number of variables ultimately that it has to perform seamlessly is pretty sweet. So
yeah.
great job on that.
Thank you. Should we move on to what's coming on later down the line this
Let's
year?
do it.
So, kind of my most recent project is building something called the VFO portal, which in the next few months members will have login access to. And again, this goes back to the transparency thing. They'll have access to so many more things that they didn't before. So I'll go through, let's start at, I guess the growth credit marketplace makes sense.
Sure.
So they'll be able to log in, buy credits right there and then, and redeem any service they want. We'll get notified straight away and people will be able to work on them as soon as they pay for it. Um, they'll also, if they purchase a website plugin, they'll be able to completely customize their website plugin. So they can choose what specialists show up on their website. So say we have 62 specialists and they only want to show six of them to their clients, they can do that. And they can completely match it to the theme and design of their website. Um, they also will have access to the CIQ and a growth plan. And I would say the biggest change or addition is that they will have live access to how they're getting on in the 90-day plan, as well as how their clients are doing in fast track. So if they have three clients, they would say, for example, one of their clients is undecided, this other client is chosen core. They're working on two priorities with Bridger. This is where they're up to. So you'll be able to get a very good overview of how everything is going on in one place.
Love it. And then
That
also as it,
last part, all in one place, is my
yeah.
favorite. My favorite.
And it will not be on the proactive planning platform. If you're familiar with that, the PPP, this is a brand new VFO portal, as Jake referenced. And that's phase one of what he just touched on there. And then speak quickly to, you created a vault, I believe, within the VFO portal as well.
Yeah,
I know
so
that's
members will be able to, they'll be able to tab at the top that says the vault, be able to go in there, drag and drop any files that they kind of want to keep organized all in one place. And these are kind of things you would want to put things that we would want to see as well. So we'll be able to go on the admin side of this, click on your page and see all the files that you've dropped in. So it'll be a very organized way of doing it, but also very secure, so people don't have
yeah.
to worry.
So it'll help with things like getting tax returns to the VFO specialists or doing the
Yep.
different types of P&L statements, et cetera. Great. And then the future development of the VFO portal, what do you think for the remainder of 2026 we have in store?
Well, I'd say the big thing for the latter part of the year will be the VFO showroom. And the idea of this, we don't have it set in stone exactly what it's going to look like, but the idea is basically bring the showroom to life. It's not just going to be a list of specialists and what they do. You'll be able to show your clients the showroom, and they'll be wowed by what they see. It's going to be very interactive. But yeah, get ready for that. It'll be exciting.
Yep. Love it. Ideally a way, like you said, to bring it to life. And if you think about the VFO community right now, the information in the classroom is helpful, but there's obviously a way to educate and help people to see the potential impact and power that will take it more than just bullet points, with a lot of text. So
Yeah,
good
I think
stuff, my
what's
very
friend.
exciting
I think
stuff.
what's cool what you're doing, Jake. We went to the Luminaries Think Advisor Awards back in December. One of their keynote speakers talked so much about, yes, AI and automation, but really the importance of data and managing that data. So you being able to tie all three of those things together, it just really makes us so excited for the future because it's things that we wanted to do for so long. And even, you might have heard us on ERT News at the tail end of last year, like, just wait, we've got it coming. Jake's going to be on the team. And now, it's only been a few months and we've achieved so much and there's so much to look forward to on the horizon. So appreciate everything that you've doing thus far. But I also say to those that are listening, make sure you're paying attention to the data, the automation AI in your own business because it's not really going anywhere. And if you can start putting some of these things in place, you're already seeing how much that's, changing our efficiency, the fast pace things of it, but then also really just tracking those KPIs and data as well. So
Yeah,
great
good
stuff.
points, Jen. And when we talked at the January Fusion Lab just about the roadmap of AI rollout, we knew the first part would be to work behind the scenes to get our systems, processes up to date, really kind of identify and integrate. And then it would start shifting to be more of a member-focused value proposition. So now that we've been able to clean up a lot of the transactions, the tracking, the data, the revenue shares, the payments, the legal agreements, how do we help you as our community leverage that work? And then how do we, through the VFO portal, create something that is valuable regardless of where you're at if you want to use it, right? And so the CIQ is obviously a part of it. The Vault's a part of it. As Jake said, the growth credit marketplace for the newer members, the 90-day plan and the growth plan. But then also for the successful members that have multiple cases going, where are our clients at? He referenced the tracking for the Lite, Core, Max, but also you could have your own client tracking in there and then the communication between you and the different professionals. So just think about being able to track the progress of a client, be able to assign different tasks, have a vault there where the encrypted information can be stored for different professionals to access, all controlled by kind of one central individual or team. So it just would allow I think the overall delivery of the virtual family office client experience to be seamless in a way that we can't really do in the marketplace currently. Like I know different people are using different Microsoft Word or Asana or ClickUp, but I think there's a way to really tie this all together. Ideally, that makes it much more powerful. And it's not going to be my brain that figures out how to do it.
Yeah,
So
no, this is
no
all
pressure,
Jake.
Mr. Jake Latham. All right, my friend. Jake, is there anything else that we haven't touched on that you think is important to share today, or is this a good kind of landing point?
Uh, I think we'll leave the members wanting more. We'll leave it there, and there's
Yeah.
definitely
Very
more
good.
coming there. Get
Very
ready.
good.
Well,
Very
thanks so
good.
much, Jake. Appreciate you being here. Get a little bit more of that behind the scenes, and I have a feeling we might have you back. So, yes, thank you so much again. And now, just into who you might see down the road on that VFO showroom is our newest VFO specialist, which is Justin Draplin. He's from Fortified Solar, and his specialty is renewable energy tax credits. And I'm excited to have Justin on. We've heard a lot of great stuff. I know Tim, our advanced tax planner, has done some great due diligence with him. So, anything you wanted to speak to with Justin?
Yeah. Also, as you said, speaking at the Elite VFO Collective, so
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
great to have another new VFO specialist there, and just adding to the team, the VFO team within the I'd say solar and energy credit space. And that's because there's a lot of opportunity in that space right now. There's a number of changes with the big beautiful bill and what's coming down the road. And so each of our solar or energy tax credit specialists has kind of a unique approach. Some might work really well for some clients, some might work better for others. There's also different type of client base in terms of income or tax liability where some might not be able to help and others can. So Justin is bringing, I'd say, another unique niche to the solar and renewable energy space. Excited to have him on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did announce him on the last ERT news that he is going to be speaking on the main stage at the collective, in addition to Kyle Fox and Deborah Snyder. So if you haven't gotten your ticket for the Elite VFO Collective, I will say prices are going to change at the end of this month. So now is a really great time. We've got some wonderful speakers. Kyle Fox from Fox Film Strategy, Deb Snyder's Cultivate Advisors, just really bringing so much to the table when it comes to really touching on all the different areas of the VFO. So definitely excited to also see Kyle and Deborah out there. I think Justin posted in the community the other day, hey, if you're around, come and say hi. I'm sure that a lot of people are excited to just be in person and get to meet some of our specialists face to face. I think Deb is going to hopefully do a client panel on the main stage. So really looking forward to that. And
Yes, perfect. Before you go on to the
yeah,
one, just
sure.
I was going to touch on that. So Deborah doing potentially the client panel just within the business advisory space. So if business advisory, business consulting, coaching isn't something you're bringing a lot of clients to right now, huge opportunity, huge opportunity. And then Kyle Fox with the movie or the film tax credits, if that's something you've heard about, film tax credits, but maybe haven't really looked at or understood the opportunity there. Kyle joined us last year, so in 2025, and we had some really good business we did together towards the tail end of the year and even early this year. So again, another newer VFO specialist for the community and one that definitely you should be just aware of, paying attention to. Go ahead, Jen.
Absolutely. And I will say too, Tracy Miller has been doing a little kind of Meet the Speaker series, kind of a VFO collective power hour on the Monday calls. So Deborah was recently on, Kim Lockridge, Kyle is coming up if he wasn't on this week. So it's exciting stuff. If you're, wondering who you want to see or if you want to attend a breakout or a main stage, go check them out on the Monday calls and you can kind of see who you can go attend their session live. And of course, everything's recorded, but it's kind of cool to see what they're going to be talking about once we're out in San Diego together. And Master the Model is going to be taking place at the end of this month. It's April 30th. It's May 1st. So if you haven't registered for that, again, just kind of brushing up on all things VFO Fast Track on Thursday and then Partnership Fast Track on Friday. And so would love to see it out there as well. If you attended the one in January, great. It's now been 90 days. We're purposely doing this every 90 days. So would love to touch back in. How are things going? If you haven't gotten started yet, give you a nice kickoff into the spring. And hopefully we'll see some different results when we're out together in San Diego this June as well.
Love it. Really well said.
Well, that's all I've got for episode 27. Jake, thanks so much for being here. Anton, it's tax day, so everyone who's doing any kind of last filing or, getting ready for the deadline, we're wishing you all the best. But hopefully, the next couple of weeks for our accountant to have a breather, and we will see you next time on episode 28. Thanks, everybody.